Nest. Today we are sewing block number 8 from our pressed flower block of the month from Fact Shop. This is what it looks like right here. This is what our block is going to look like today. Okay, so stay tuned and let's get sewing. But before we sew, I just want to thank all of you for joining me for the quilting holiday gift for 2023. Thank you so much for your comment. I read every single one, and I hope you guys go back and read it because it lets us interact and learn from what we all do. For the people that did win, it is December, right? So it's going to be crazy with getting shipment done. I will try to get it in by this weekend. I'll get, for the email that I have received from the winners, I will get those out this weekend. I cannot guarantee that you get it before Christmas, but you will get it after Christmas, and I hope that will be okay. So thank you again so much for your comment. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. With that being said, now let's get sewing on our block number 8 of our pressed flower sew along. Okay, let's go. For this block, I am going to make a little bit of modification to the cutting. I'm going to follow the direction. I am cutting our D and G, and I'm cutting it as a strip, and I'll show you why. This is what I have chosen this month. Okay, so these are my pieces right here. All right. If you are not participating in a Soul Sampler subscription box, you can't buy this. They are $4.98. You can purchase them individually without subscribing to the actual box. So you can still sew along without having to pay for all the extra stuff that comes in the box. So they do make that available for all their customers. This is what we're going to be doing today. First thing first, I'm going to sew the strip that I cut out here, which is going to be D and G first, okay? Let me move you closer to the sewing machine so you can see exactly what I'm doing, right? So these are our pieces right here all ready to go. Right here, I've already completed the HST ahead of time. We are going to need 4 of this, and I've already done that. Making an HST is a simple, beginner-friendly kind of square. So, but this part right here, the first part on this block, it wants us to have a certain amount of square and then sew them together. Instead of doing that, I'm just going to cut it out as strips. Then I will cut it cross-sectional like that. Okay, let me show you here what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to sew this strip together the size that is called for. So when I sew the strip together, I'm going to cut it cross section like this to that size. So here we are. And so that's done. What I'm going to do now is finger press this strip open. And before I cross section, I'm going to press it so that way it lays flat when I am cutting it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is bring my iron and just kind of press it open. Leave this on. Now, I don't use steam when I'm pressing because just in case, I think someone have asked me that. I don't use steam when I'm pressing. I've tried steam and no steam. So when I use steam, it tends to stretch a little bit. Maybe it's just my technique that's, not the greatest. But since my fabric is pretty starched, I don't have the need to have to use steam. So I just kind of press, and then when I'm done, I mist it a little bit and then it gets flatter. So that's just my technique. I hope that that works for you or helps you. So what I'm going to do now is bring my cutting situation. So this is how I organize what I need like right away all the time. I have it in this stash and store right here. And if I need more stuff, then I just stick it in here and it just stay put. So that's that. So now I'm just going to cross section cut like I said. So I'm going to cut it, and then I need 4. So now I have 4 of this. So what I'm going to do is just put this 4 aside like that, and that is done. So the next step, we are going to take our H piece, which is right here, and we are going to take 4 out of it because we're going to sew different corner square. For this first 4, we're going to sew our eat piece. We're going to take 4 from here. We're going to take 4 from here, and we're going to sew going this way. So we're going to do this 4 like that. And then we're going to come back and do another 4 and sew it the other direction. So I'm going to do this first so I don't confuse myself. Okay. So all 4 of this have been sewn together, and I want you to notice how this right here, the sewn flip are going this direction right here. So we're going to do 4 more. We're going to do another set of 4, but in this one, the sewing flip will be sewn right here. So we're going to be sewing from upper right to lower left on this one. So with this one, I'm going to put it over here so I don't get confused. Okay, I'm going to take my square and I'm going to sew it exactly the opposite. Okay. So meaning we're going to go from here to here. So now all these 4 are sewn on, and notice how this is our first set and this is our second set. So this first set right here is going from here to here, and the second set is going from here to here. So we need 4 of this and 4 of this. So now that's done. Right here was that HST that I've already completed. This is step number 3. That is all done as well. So what we're doing next is step number 4. So we are taking our J piece. I think this is the leaf. So we need 2 of that. And we're going to take our B piece right here. We're going to do another sew and flip. So what I'm going to do is just put this on top and sew from here to here. So I'm going to sew from the upper right to a lower left. Kind of like a flying geese, but not quite. So I've sewn this from here to here, and I didn't use my iron yet. I just finger pressed it open. So I'm going to put this over here so I don't get confused. So what I'm going to do with this one is sew another square to the bottom, going kind of like a slanted motion type of thing. So I'm going to sew from here to here. Okay. So now this is done according to the pattern. So what I'm going to do now is take my iron, flatten it a little bit, and then so that way it'll lay flat. Right now it looks funny on the table. So now I'm just going to give it a little press. I am not using steam. That's done. So the next thing we're doing is taking another J piece. It's wanting us to lay it like cross-sectional like this. I guess it'll make sense when we're all done, right? So so it's wanting us to lay cross-sectional like this, and then we're going to take our B piece, okay, and then we are going to sew going like this, okay. Okay, so we're going to take another piece and we're going to sew going this way. This is done. So this is sewn cross-sectional. So I'm going to put it like this so I don't get confused. And then our step 1 that we completed earlier is wanting us to just kind of connect it to this square right here. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sew all 4 of them. This pink part needs to be to the right, and then this white, and then just like that. So just keep in mind that you are sewing it that way. Okay. So now that all 4 of this are all sewn together, I'm going to take this right here that we made earlier. I'm going to sew all 4 of them together, and they're going to be our middle part of the block, making sure that my points do meet. I'm not going to pin here. I'm just going to go ahead and sew. I can just hold it with my finger. It'd be fine. So this first part is done and this is done. What we're going to do now is start assembling our block. Okay, I'm going to take this piece right here. This alone right here can be a block just by itself. If you just want to kind of like, okay, you know what, you want to play with your fabric, this right here can be by itself as a block without even adding the leaves. That's not what we're doing today. We are going to make the complete block. But I just wanted to give you an idea as to, like, you know, if you want to do something different and you want to use this later and it will flow by itself is what I was trying to say. So we're going to take this petal right here. We're going to put it like this, making sure that everything looks good. And then we're going to take our HST and place it like so. We're going to take our square, place it like this. And then we're going to take this right here, facing this direction. I'm going to make sure that I have everything placed right before I start to sew. This leaves us with one HST extra. I'm going to put it over here. I'm pretty sure we're going to need it later on. So right now I'm going to sew this right here, and then this right here. And then I'll join them together and I'll meet you here. Okay. See how this right here can be a block by itself, like this. So this part is done. So what I'm going to do now is sew this 3 pieces down here and then sew this pieces and I'll meet you here. Okay. So here's our block all completed. This is block number 8 of our pressed flower sew along from Fact Shop. This is my block and this is the pattern. I think this came out really, really nice. Right here, I didn't do it on purpose, but I like the way that turns out. I think we're going to be setting this in like kind of like this in the entire quilt. I didn't purchase the finishing kit, so I don't know what the finishing kit looks like. If you happen to purchase the finishing kit and you feel like you want to tell me, you're more than welcome to let me know what it looks like. I don't want the cutting or anything. I just want to see what it looks like. So that way, if I do need to buy fabrics, I can just go on ahead and kind of buy the fabric that I think will go well with the setting of this quilt. If you happen to have the finishing kit and you want to share the picture, not the cutting, just the picture, I will be more than happy to see what it looks like. You are more than welcome to email it to me at the link down below. Just hit show more and my email will populate and you can see my email down there. So I just want to see pictures, not the cutting, just so I want to know what it looks like. I don't care if you spoil it for me. I want to see it. This is our block number 8 of our pressed flower sew along, and this is all done. Okay, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me at my nest today. Don't forget to subscribe down below. I would love to see you on my next video. You guys take care and have a great weekend. I'll see you later. Bye.